this is another video of a 30 days Christy's Beautiful Life sketch that is not being shared during the actual challenge because it is one I had put together that I didn't get a chance to finish because of a hop and that sort of thing. Actually, I put this together to do it that crop I went to a couple weeks ago and just didn't get to it, so that's what I'm going to work on. So I'm going to show you the sketch. I don't have my computer in here, so my apologies. I'm going to bring it up close here. It's by Rebecca Lockhart. I think her channel is Rebecca Lockhart Scraps. And mine's printed in black and white, but it's hexagons and there was kind of rainbowy colors. And she's got a floral around a couple of photos with a title. It was day 21. Now, y'all, I don't have hexagons. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something else first. These are the two pictures. We'd gone on a little Segway tour in Nashville and we had little helmets and I thought we looked cute. So that's gonna be my two pictures. And the collection I'm gonna use is this Cocoa Vanilla No Limits. Just because I kind of imagine, you know, not that it's really all that scary to be on a Segway, but to me it was kind of scary. So that's what I'm going to kind of use. So I'm going to just kind of use this cute little, you know, I got to figure something out here. I haven't figured them out yet, but I know this collection will be just adorable with these pictures. So I kind of initially thought, where did it go? I initially thought maybe, because I do not have hexagons, y'all. I don't have any hexagons. And I'm still not even sure I'm not going to do this after all because, y'all, let me show you something. These are the hexagons that I attempted to hand cut. Y'all, this is sad. This is like worse than a kindergartner, I think. I was in my head going, okay, I can cut these. And I was trying to use a punch and I was trying to, y'all, this is, I tickled myself so much because look how sad that is. I'm sorry, that just still tickles me. Anyways, I am not going to be doing hexagon. Y'all, I have got to buy a hexagon die set of some kind because there's too many hexagons in the scrapbooking world and I don't have anything and that's what I end up with. So anyways, my initial thought was maybe I could do it on this paper and I'm still kind of debating and I got to figure it out because I'm thinking maybe I'll just use circles because at least I have circle punches, right? And I can put circles behind it and that might work okay. On the other hand, I thought this looked kind of neat. And while it's not, you know, I'm not exactly using, there's no shapes obviously behind it, but it does kind of create this like effect coming out. So I may still come back to this. I have debated on this and I will put this on stop and I will contemplate just a little bit. I may still just come back to this, y'all. This attracts me a lot. Unfortunately, I do have to cover up my little star. I don't know. I may end up gutting that if I put stuff around it, but on the other hand, maybe not. You know, I just may mat these and then use my goodies and build around it. And then I've got this kind of look here. It's not the same, but it's an interpretation, right? It's inspired by. So I may end up going that route. On the other hand, you know, doing this with some circles behind it here may look really cute. God, y'all, what a decision. Anyway, that's my two ideas at the moment. So I will come back after I figured that out and show y'all a little more. Talk soon. Okay, everybody, quick check-in. I think I've come up with a strategy here. I did decide to go with the brick. I decided that the star with the starburst had some, perhaps a different application. So I'm just going to go with the brick here. But I came up with this idea, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, you know, I came up with it in a sense like I've never seen this done. Because I've seen these little circles with the fold-in thingies done before. So I think what I'm going to do is instead of, you know, hexagons, I'm going to do these circles and then attach them some kind of way. They're not perfect, so I'll have to kind of play with this a little bit. But I think I'm going to kind of create like a hexagon-ish look, I guess, with these things. So I'm going to kind of go through, and then I have to be honest, I've never seen, like, I don't know how I'm going to do this part. I have to still figure this part out. So, and then I was kind of thinking I would attach them, but I mean, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave the texture kind of like this. So again, I'm still thinking through this, but because it takes me 475 years to think through anything, I'm not going to make you watch it on camera. So let me get, I'm going to trim this. I don't think I'm going to mat this because it does have this cool, I don't know though, y'all. Why am I so indecisive today? I don't know. I'm going to get this kind of, I don't want to trim this down too much though, because I do like this. So I'm going to get my little things kind of figured out, like, you know, this. I mean, I can kind of get a sense of it from here, and I know that, but I need to kind of figure out, am I going to attach them or not? I'm leaning toward no and just letting the texture kind of act as the interest. I may scuff the edges. I think I am going to scuff the edges. Anyways, let me get that going here. But that was what I wanted to show you. That was kind of, I think, where I'm going with this, because I don't, the hexagons are not going to work. And this was the circle solution, but with a little twist. So we'll come back soon. Okay, everybody. So here's my progress so far. And if I sound thoughtful, it's because I am. I think I'm liking it. I did go ahead and mount my 2 photos. And I've glued these circles down. Now, where I'm kind of being thoughtful is I gave them each like a little 1/2 inch, you know, score in here so I could kind of fold them. And again, I initially kind of thought I might do something like that, but that's just creating way too much height in the sense, like, I don't want this thing to be ginormously thick inside the album. So I'm thinking I'm going to like fold them where certain ones will show the back side or whatever. And I think that creates some kind of interest there. And then what I'm going to have to, these are going to have to go on foam. So I'm going to have to kind of play with that a little bit. But again, I don't think this is really bad because I still have to fill this out with embellishments, right? So that's not a bad thing. I'm going to take, you know, my embellishments and I'll kind of tuck them in and do this and do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to like glue some of these down though, because I think first I'm going to put foam here, kind of see how that helps because I need them to stick. I may end up having to like glue a few down. Like I want the title supposed to go here, so this looks like it might work or here, but I may have to glue these to give myself, you know, some flatness to glue to. I'm not really sure. This is kind of being one of those really crafty layouts, right? I mean, it's not so much just cutting papers, and it is cutting papers and gluing it down, but at the same time, it's like some kind of thought around this stuff here. So, yeah, I'm going to put foam on these guys. And then I'm going to try to glue them down. I'm going to see what happens with the circles. And then I'll start pulling in I think I need to find my title to see how that's going to lay. Because I'm not as concerned about the embellishments. Again, those can just kind of tuck in and do stuff like that. So I just got to make sure this stuff is going to stick. I don't want them falling off later. So let me work on that. And I'll come back in a minute. Okay, everybody. So what I've done is I have glued these pictures down. So I'm happy with that. What I'm starting to do here, well, what I want to show you real quick here, I started to put the foam tape back here because I did figure out I want this title to be Rad Adventure. And then I started putting the foam tape down and I realized I might need to kind of evaluate because it's got to go over the top of all this stuff. And I can already tell right here I've got too much foam tape right here. So I'm going to have to figure that. But the other thing I want to show you is I went through the ephemera and I sorted through that. And I think this is what I've picked so far. So there's this little Smile Big Play Hard. I'm going to put foam tape probably under these 2 guys. There was a couple of these little tickets, and I'm really just trying to build, you know, again, just as a reminder on the sketch here, she had florals, but I'm just trying to build around these kind of corners here, which this right here is a little different. I may have to move this over to bring it in, but I kind of like it there, so I don't know that I will. If I'm just kind of going with this floral stuff, I think I'm okay, actually. I haven't glued any of this down. I'm going to probably have to glue like something like this down so I can get my star over the top of it because I need to fill that in. And I did find this little chipboard here. It says Adventure Unlimited Crew 2022. The unfortunate part is it was actually 2021, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. This said, let's go. And I'm just kind of filling in, you know, these little spots here. I didn't have these big circles here, so I filled in a little bit of that. I just thought it looked a little strange. And then I had this lightning bolt, which I really like. I think this looks neat. It's kind of part of the title. And then I got a little star here. So I also still have, and I'm going to do this toward the end, is these little, you know, some of these little guys, these little enamel things. I love these. They're like tiny and they're kind of neat little sprinkly bits. And then these words here, of course, came out of the sticker sheet. I actually have 2 of these sticker sheets. I didn't really see anything else that I wanted to use. I may still come back in with this date sticker though, but I haven't figured out where I'm gonna put that. So I just wanted to do a quick check-in. I'm not gonna turn the camera on until I have this title down because that's gonna take me a minute to get the foam tape on there and figured, and it's a lot of time spent that I don't think y'all wanna watch that. So I'm gonna do the title and then I'll probably turn the camera on while I'm doing the glue downs of the other guys here. Where did I have this, y'all? Where'd that come from? Was it there? Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's where I'm at. Let's keep going. Okay, guys, so I got my title down on the foam tape, and I predicted correctly. It did take me a minute because I had little spots where, you know, the circle part was kind of up and this and that, and so I did have to I had to figure and do, so that was smart of me to wait to put the camera on. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going to start making my way around my layout, with my ephemeras and goodies and stuff. And I'm going to just tell y'all, I do love how this layout turns out. I mean, I really do. I think this is such a fun collection. I will admit it turned out probably busier than I thought it might. And I think it's because on the circles I use different patterns, like, which I don't think is a bad thing. You know, it is on this kind of white brick or whatever. But it's got a lot of visual things going on. And then, of course, I've got all these little ephemeras and chipboards and stickers and things. And so there's a lot to look at. I mean, my eye just kind of as I'm like examining the layout, I'm looking, there's just all kinds of stuff going on. But I still think I look at the pictures first. I don't know. I mean, the title is an attention grabber, but I still look at my little pictures. So I think it's okay. And it's fun, and it's got a lot of energy in it, which is kind of the point. So as I said, I'm working my way around. I'm just gluing down my little ephemeras, my little chipboards, and there's plenty of them. What have I got going on here? I think one of my, so yeah, I did end up having to glue the navy kind of flipping down onto the green circle there with the little orange stars on it. I did have to glue that down. That's the only one I actually ended up gluing down. Everyone else I kind of I just let live, you know, where they were going is where they went, and I just kind of let live. My little word stickers there. I thought about putting one on my daughter's picture, but I didn't, because I had that Let's Go little banner. But the whole, there is meaning behind those stickers to me. So my husband, I call him Certified Wild. So that's kind of labeling him. And then for me, saying you got this was just, again, I mentioned in the beginning, it's a little scary for me. I was kind of scared. So I was proud that I did it and I didn't fall over and all the things. Okay, so now I've made my way to that upper left little section there, and that one ticket, the little championship ticket, because I had it tucked so far down in there, the little admit one, I trimmed that off the bottom so I could use it as well, and then I decided to tuck it there. So I didn't have that way a minute ago as I was dry fitting it, but I did decide to put that there. Now, I think I did also mention I was going to put foam tape behind this Smile Big and Play Hard, and I do. I put the tape in there. So that's going to go on top of those. I did decide to use chipboard arrow, a couple of stars. It's kind of interesting because some of the chipboard has like a white outline on them, and then some of the chipboard looks almost kind of, I don't know, distressed looking or something. It's a little hard to explain, but I do like the variety on the chipboard sheet. It's kind of neat. So I'm going to just now put these two foam tape pieces there. And then I think the little lightning bolt, I decided to go ahead and put on foam tape. Initially, I wasn't going to but it is next to that Rad Adventure and all that dimension on the circles and stuff. So I decided to go ahead and put some foam tape behind it. And I'm going to pull that off. And then I decide I also have to glue down. Oh, I realized my A there, after I get this down here, I realized the A is a little too, it sinks down a little too much. So I'm going to go ahead and add another little strip of foam tape there. Just something about, I don't know, the picture layer and the circles and all that stuff. It just made that A look like it was sinking down a little too much. So I did go ahead and put that foam tape underneath, another little layer of foam on the A there. And y'all, this is almost done. I am going to come in here now with my little enamel pieces. And I do circles first. I think, okay, I'm going to put the little circles in there because I've used the stars on the other layouts, and I really like them, but I'm like, I guess I'm kind of hoarding them. Is that terrible? I think I might want to use them again. So I go ahead and start with the circles, plus the whole layout has all these circles. There's all the cool circle stuff. So that I'll put some circles in there, but I can't help myself. I do actually end up adding a couple little stars. In the end, I'm looking at the sketch, it's still in that upper corner up there. And y'all, I don't know, I guess it's inspired by the sketch, but I'm not sure this really resembles the sketch. You're welcome to comment below. I mean, I see the circles, but sometimes I don't know if they're really the hexagon. I don't know. I don't dislike the layout. I actually really like it. I'm just not sure if and it was inspired by the sketch. I don't know why I'm debating over it so much. I think it looked great. I'm actually, at the end, I'm really happy. Here's where I have to add those two little stars. I just can't help myself. They have to be up there. They have to give the other star a friend, right? So that's going to basically be it. I mean, I know I took out a lot of the thinking times. Oh, I'm lying to you. I did decide that 2022 was going to drive me a little crazy. So I add that date sticker that I had pointed out earlier, and I'm just going to write the date of the Segway tour on there. And then that's really kind of it. I kind of play with it for a second, and then I'm going to slow it down and show you. It's very dimensional, very textured, very visually interesting. At least I think so. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching. This was one of my catch-up layouts for the 30 Days of Sketches. I'm going to go ahead and have the links for everybody that did play below. So take a look at those guys. Here's the close-ups, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.